If you're not doing vision boards yet, I highly recommend you to do that and just see what you're expecting, what you're imagining, what you're dreaming of. And with this video, I want to share with you my manifestations from 2025 and see what has happened or hasn't happened. And as a first manifestation, I had a dream of getting a Sony ZV-E10 as my first professional and some kind of fancy video camera for my content creation journey. And good for me, it didn't take much time. I think like three months it took me to get to this camera. On my vision board, it's the first item that I can cross out. The next picture from the board is a couple staring on the mountains. And for this one, it was sort of a feeling that I want to have in 2025. And it means I wanted to travel more, to camp more with my wife and see more beautiful places while we were living in the US. And as you will see that going down my vision board, that not all of the visions should be materialistic like the Sony camera, but more energy, more thought-wise that you want to have in the next year. In 2025, we actually camped and traveled more. I would say it's 100% manifested itself. The next one is also not about some materialistic achievement, but more about my mindset and how I want to approach this year in terms of my health, meaning that I want to go more to gym, get more muscle to my body, and get more knowledge about training, about nutrition, about resting, and all of the stuff related to fitness. And I think 2025 was pretty successful for me in terms of health and in terms of learning about fitness, about nutrition, calorie deficit, surplus, maintenance, a bunch of exercises with weights, machines, kettlebells, and with all of that, I learned a lot about how you can train, how you can build muscle, how you can shred, how you can lose fat, and everything related to this topic. And as I said, I think it was successfully completed. Maybe not to the point where I have muscle like this guy on a photo, but I definitely have more muscle since 2024, and I definitely feel more healthy, more knowledgeable, and just I feel good about it, so I think I'll cross it out. Okay, the next one is Tesla car, and I added this to my manifest before Elon Musk and his company went crazy, so don't blame me on that. Luckily, this vision didn't manifest itself, and I'm really grateful for that. So I'm not going to cross it out, but I also don't see it as a great failure in my vision board and my 2025 manifest. The next one is permanent resident and passport of the United States. Maybe under different circumstances, it would be nice to have an extra passport or permanent residence of the United States, but eventually it brought me to the place where I'm happy, where I'm healthy, where I can create and film and post these videos and do what I really love and see doing myself in the future. Back in 2024, 2025, when I was in the US, I had this American dream where I can get a green card and get a passport of the United States, which eventually didn't happen. Jumping to the next, it's a pretty small picture, podcast-like studio, so which I wanted to have for my personal use, maybe for my other content. At this current moment of this video, I do have more equipment that allows me to create. I think I can cross it out, 100% say that this vision helped me to achieve what I have right now. The next one is do not spend another year doing the same shit. What I have learned from adding such visions to my board is that you have to be really careful with your dreams and with your thoughts and your goals that you put on your vision board. And because not specifying what change means for me in 2025, I had a bunch of changes in my life, in my work, what I do, in my routine, where I live. If I were to specify what do I mean by not doing the same, maybe my life would be different, but I'm grateful where I am right now. And it's just a reminder to be more specific with what you're dreaming of and what you put on your vision board. And with this, I can with 100% certainty say that I wasn't doing the same shit in 2025 that I'm doing right now and that I'm doing every month. I'm crossing it out. The next one is a picture invest, and here should be a block with a letter T. At the time when I was creating this board, I thought that I should invest more in 2025. For me, investment happened not into stocks, crypto, or other stuff. The life decided that I should invest into myself. Again, just a reminder for you, be more specific with what you dream and with what you put on your vision board. For the invest vision, I can call it 50-50. When I was creating this board, I thought about one thing, and eventually it has materialized itself in a different way. The next one is about my different channel about coding, and here 3,000 subscribers, but I have no mention about how many videos I want to have on this channel. And so right now I have only 3 videos on this channel and about 5 subscribers, of which of them, like all 5 of them are my friends. So it hasn't manifested itself. Unfortunately, this one is going to the next year. The next one is pay off debt picture. And for this one, I can say to you 100%, it didn't happen the way I wanted it to happen. Car was the only debt that I had in the US, but I would say it was quite significant. It was about $30,000. So for me, it was a big amount of money. But again, life happened. I paid off my debt, but not in the way I wanted it to do. I sold my car, I paid off my loan, and luckily, with the help of my vision board and with the help of the universe, I was able to achieve it. And with that, crossing out the pay off debt. The next one is a startup. And if I recall correctly, by startup I meant either I'm going to join one or I'm going to create one. Neither first nor second thing happened. I can say that I was moving into the direction of startup, and I can say that I have applied to one of the Y Combinator batches unsuccessfully, but I liked the process. I liked the product I wanted to build together with my wife. It didn't happen the way I imagined it when I was creating this vision board, but it did happen to some degree. For this one, I also can say it's 50-50. All right, and we are almost finished. The next one, we have a piggy bank with a coin going in. And by this one, it's pretty simple. I wanted to save more money in 2025 to have my emergency fund, to have just more money in case I want to go on a vacation or just be more secured and more safe. And again, 100% it happened to me. In 2025, me and my wife saved more money, and we right now have more money as our savings than we had in 2025 and now and back then in 2024. I'm proudly going to cross the piggy bank out. With last vision on my board, I wanted to manifest the idea of meeting new people, more networking. I can definitely say that this vision has manifested itself in a different way. I met new friends, I met new people, I have new hobbies and new groups. It has manifested itself not in the way I imagined it would manifest it. For me, luckily, in a more successful and more pleasant way than I have expected. And with that, I would like to count how much of the items have manifested, how much of them were 50-50, and how much of them were not really successful. And as you can see, it's almost 50% success rate, and I would say about 80% in total of items that have manifested to my life in 2025 in some way. So 7 of them have manifested 100%, 3 of them have manifested as 50-50, and only 3 of the items have not manifested. They were probably not connected to me. Probably I didn't really want them, but I just added them because I felt like it at the time. But down there internally, I wasn't ready or wasn't really wanted it to happen. Thank you for spending time with me and going through my 2025 vision board. And I wish you good luck with your dreams, with your goals, and with your next year vision board.